Well, 10 TV wants to know, how well do you know your kids? This morning we are focusing on drugs, and most parents don't want to think about their kids experimenting, but police say it's happening, and they could be stashing those drugs in your home right now. 10 TV anchor Jerry Revis shows us what you can do and where your kids might be hiding their stash.
Now, if you suspect your child may be using drugs, then you've got to start thinking like a drug user if you intend to find their stash. And we're going to show you how to do it in this room.
Walking into this room, I walk around, right away I see a guitar over here. The guitar has a hole in it, a perfect place to slide a plastic baggie or container containing pills or containing marijuana.
Westerville Police Sergeant Cappy Chandler says there are no limits to the ways in which a teen can hide narcotics or drug paraphernalia in the one place they consider all their own, their bedroom.
You got to almost think like a drug addict here, or a drug user, if you're going to try to find out what your kid's doing.
You do. And if you don't think you can get in that mindset, like I said, think about, I have really expensive jewelry. I'm going on vacation. If I don't want anybody to find this jewelry, where would I hide it at?
Chandler showed us why it's important to take the blinders off.
This individual has his own bathroom. You've got what appears to be shaving cream, you've got soap, you've got a hair care product. You can always check bottles and cans like this, because at certain novelty stores, they do sell cans that appear to be everyday household items that are made to hide contraband.
Chandler says, among other places to search, CD cases, a favorite for hiding pills. Behind a dresser, where a stash can be taped against the back of it.
Push it up against the wall. You've got a mirror. Things could be easily hidden behind a mirror, and a lot of times you wouldn't even have to tape or use anything extra.
Even an air vent or electric outlet can be used.
For things like that, you would look for, does it look like that there's been wear on the screws where they've been taken off and put back up a lot.
Sergeant Chandler says by finding something early, you can often stop the problem before it becomes a bigger issue for your teen. Jerry Revish, 10 TV News.
Wow, pretty eye-opening there. Police say there are some warning signs that your child might be using drugs. Start off with looking for changes in behavior. Are they hanging out with new friends, or maybe withdrawing from all their friends? Also, maybe they're quitting activities like sports or band, things that they would normally enjoy. Police also say dropping grades could be a sign that there's a problem.
And if you suspect a problem and you don't want to go through all that trouble of ransacking through the room and all, tonight at 6 we're going to talk about home drug tests, because you could go to that route and drug test the kids if you suspect them of using. So we're going to explore some of the drug tests tonight at 6, the cost of them, the reliability of them, and really the philosophy of when and how to administer them. The doctors and parents on both sides weigh in on this subject, and you may be surprised what a good dialogue can do with your children versus going to this length.
But these are samples that you got from home drug tests that anyone can get.
These are drug tests. You can get them across the board, over-the-counter type of things. They test for all different types of drugs, from just simple one drug all the way up to 10 or 12 drugs they can test, and the cost rises with each. Wow. We're going to go through all that tonight. You can also send them away to a lab, which, that gets a little more expensive too.
Well, that's Jeff's story at 6 o'clock tonight. But tonight at 5 o'clock, Dr. Phil will be lending his expertise to Central Ohio families.
Yes, Susan says she fears her 15-year-old daughter is hanging out with the wrong crowd and possibly using drugs. What should she do?
Well, hear Dr. Phil's advice. That will be tonight on 10 TV News at 5 a.m. And of course, for more on this week's series, How Well Do You Know Your Kids? Just go to 10tv.com/know your kids. A lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah, learning a lot along the way. Some things may surprise you too.